Good afternoon, Kettleland. The cold air continues to come in, riding strong north and northwest winds, and we have flurries and snow showers out of this as well. A lot of this covering parts of northeastern South Dakota. As we do take a look at our temperatures, we're now at 19 degrees in Aberdeen and in Watertown. Earlier this morning, we were in the 30s, and Overage was up to 40 to 41. Right now at 25. Still holding to 38 in Sioux Falls, while it's 48 in Rapid City. So for today, temperatures will fall or continue to fall as we go into this afternoon with those strong winds. Other more details on your forecast coming up as we begin midday in Kettleland.
Live from Kettleland Media Group, midday in Kettleland.
A Sioux Falls credit union is now accepting nominations for their Adopt a Classroom program aimed at helping teachers. Plus, Trump is considering DeSantis for the Pentagon after Hegseth is under fire after recent allegations. Well, good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Tom Hansen. We have an update on a case involving a body found stuffed into a large bag in Sioux Falls apartment. More than a year after the crime, one of the suspects in that case plans to change her plea. 28-year-old Taylor Crosley is charged with murder, manslaughter, and assault for the July 2023 crime. According to online court records, Crosley has a change of plea hearing scheduled for 1 week from today. Morningstar Jewett is also charged in the death of 63-year-old Negusi Bilty. As of this morning, he was scheduled to go on trial next year. Well, the city of Sturgis could soon remove the director position of the annual motorcycle rally under a budget proposed by the current acting mayor, Kevin Forrester. Forrester said Sturgis can use the local chamber to help with certain events and use other outside contracts. He says cuts were needed because operational costs are outpacing the revenue and expense. 2 other full-time city positions will be cut in the proposed budget. Turning now to a look at your midday forecast with meteorologist Scott Muntz, and that wind is really something out there, Scott.
Oh, it really is. You know, we had wind gusts earlier this morning, 50 to 60 mile per hour range in parts of north central and northeastern South Dakota. We continue with strong winds during the midday hours. Those winds continue to help bring in colder air. We'll go with falling temperatures across eastern Kettleland for the rest of your Wednesday. You can see how the front made its way across northern Kettleland earlier this morning. Now it's across much of South Dakota, stretching into northwestern Iowa. High pressure into Canada, that will come in for tonight, and that will allow temperatures to fall to near zero. I should say on either side of zero, because northeastern South Dakota will have a couple of areas in the single digits below. And this is an area where we have flurries and snow showers currently making their way through from near Groton toward Webster and just to the west of Watertown as these continue to move to the southeast. And that's a look at our Webster live cam showing a couple of those flurries and snow showers. You know, I was watching this earlier this morning and it was able to pick up some of that loose snow and move it around. So areas of blowing snow across northeastern South Dakota as well. You can see our sustained winds from the north and northwest, anywhere from 20 to near 40 miles per hour. And look at that number, Tom, in Sioux Falls for a wind gust.
Wow.
57 miles per hour for that wind gust. So, yeah, that's just an indication of how strong those winds are, and that will continue to bring in the cold air. You know, when these winds, I saw this earlier this morning, when we get those wind gusts 50 to 60, that's that leading edge of that colder air. So once you get those to move through, your numbers will fall. Wind chills at the moment, single digits above and below across northeastern South Dakota. So for today, falling temperatures as we make our way through the rest of the afternoon in eastern South Dakota. But we will warm. Your weekend forecast, you know, will be a good 20 to 30 degrees warmer than what we had last weekend. So we'll bring these numbers in the 40s, 50s, and on occasion 60-degree heat will be found across western South Dakota. That will probably happen for the first half of the weekend. More details on your Kettleland Live Doppler forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. A local credit union is handing out money to help teachers with out-of-pocket expenses. Levo Credit Union is encouraging students, parents, and community members to nominate a teacher for its Adopt a Classroom program, which will award 8 $500 grants this winter.
We've had teachers that have purchased better seating for their classrooms. They've purchased school supplies for the kids. Some of them have used it for calculators to buy for their classes. We've heard about all kinds of amazing teachers.
Now, nominations for Adopt a Classroom are due December 31st. Winners will be announced in January, on January 8th, actually. We'll meet one of last year's winners and tell you how the grant helped take her around the world tonight on KELOLAND News. A nonprofit in KELOLAND is helping feed hungry kids. Hungry Hearts launched several years ago, and since then it has helped raise hundreds of thousands of dollars.
We gave away a bunch of backpacks this year before the school year, so any basic things the kids need.
Coming up in tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, we'll tell you what's key in their mission to help the kids. President-elect Trump is sticking with Pete Hegseth, his embattled choice to be Secretary of Defense, at least for now. But CBS News has learned he's considering other options as well. Erica Brown has more details from Washington.
Pete Hegseth arrived on Capitol Hill with his wife by his side for more meetings with senators, even as his nomination for Defense Secretary is running into trouble.
I spoke to the president-elect this morning. He said, keep going, keep fighting. Behind you all the way.
New reports came out this week alleging Hegseth was forced out as head of a veterans nonprofit in 2016 amid allegations of financial mismanagement, sexual misconduct, and repeated intoxication. Allegations his lawyer denied.
This was not something of which we were aware, nor was President Trump aware of them.
The New York Times also published a 2018 email from Hegseth's mother in which she called him an abuser of women and said, "I have no respect for any man that belittles, lies, cheats, sleeps around, and uses women for his own power and ego." Penelope Hegseth told Fox News she retracted that email 2 hours after it was sent and issued a direct appeal to President-elect Trump.
I want to say thank you for your belief in my son. We all believe in him. We really believe that he is not that man he was 7 years ago.
CBS News has learned Trump is considering replacing Hegseth with his former political rival, Ron DeSantis. The Florida governor has echoed some of Hegseth's same criticisms of the Pentagon.
I'm taking out all the social experimentation, all the woke, all the political, ripping it out and throwing it in the trash can.
But for now, Hegseth continues his fight for the nomination. Erica Brown, CBS News, Washington.
Now, CBS News has learned that President-elect Trump was not fully aware of the details surrounding a sexual assault allegation against Hegseth in 2017. Hegseth insists he did nothing wrong and admits to settling with that person making those claims in order to avoid hurting his career.